Hello, potential home buyers. I want to talk to you today about an appraisal gap and what that is, and coverages that might be associated, and the pros and cons related to having an appraisal gap. The first thing is to describe what it is, and that is when you're buying a home, let's say for $300,000, and the appraisal comes in short of the purchase price. Let's say it's $280,000. And now you have an appraisal gap of $20,000. So in most contracts, real estate purchase contracts, there is an out for the buyer in the event that the home does not appraise for at least the amount of the selling price. It allows them out of the contract because, hey, I can't get the appraisal to meet the purchase price, therefore the home isn't worth what you said it was, and I want to get out of the contract. So if you are trying to compete against other buyers in a seller's market, you may want to consider appraisal gap coverage, which guarantees the seller that if the appraisal does come in short, you will make up the difference, and you have the ability and the funds to make up the difference. So let's talk about what an appraisal gap means from a lending perspective. Let's say you have a situation where you need to put 10% down on the mortgage, right? Well, you're going to put 10% down on the off of the purchase price, okay? But you have this gap now, and so maybe you need to come up with additional funds to cover the gap, because when the lender looks at the appraisal, they'll say, oh, well, we're not using the purchase price as the starting point. We're using the appraisal amount, which is lower, as a starting point. So $280,000 less your down payment, right, that the lender's requiring. But now to close the deal, you need that extra $20,000 that we talked about. So now the negatives of guaranteeing or having appraisal gap coverage in your contract with the seller, the negatives there is that you don't know what that appraisal is going to be when it comes in. So let's say it's way lower, you have to be prepared for an amount that's much less than what the selling price is, and have the funds to be able to cover it. Maybe you can put a limit on the coverage in your contract, which potentially could help. The benefit of having the appraisal gap coverage is that it makes you a stronger buyer. The seller doesn't have to worry about you bailing on the contract because the appraisal came in low, and that they're going to still get their money regardless. So in a competitive market, that might be something you want to consider. That's something you have to really look into and decide for yourself. Now, there's some creative things that lenders can help you with to mitigate this. And I think that it's a good idea to speak with not only a good real estate agent, but also a lender who's been through this before. And if you'd like to have a conversation with someone to talk about an appraisal gap situation before you even make an offer, or if you've already made an offer and you're having difficulty with your current lender, then we can definitely help you at dreamhomefinancing.com. Please visit the link down below where we talk more about appraisals gaps and provide you with quite a bit more information, and then you can get help there too. I appreciate you watching today and hope you have a great day.